Hello guys, my name is Idalis. I'm here with Tiffany and Faith, and today we're going to talk about what makes a true woman. All right, ladies, so in your opinion, what qualities and traits make a true woman?
Ooh, want to take this one, Faith?
You want me to go first? Yeah, sure. I feel like a big part of it is how she treats others and mainly herself, because I feel like as a woman, you tend to put everyone first before yourself.
For sure.
Because we have that motherly instinct, and so we're always like about giving back, making sure everyone's taken care of, and we need to just make sure we do it for ourselves as well.
That's important, yes.
I can agree with that as far as like authenticity and like being true to yourself and understanding who you are. As I'm going on this journey and learning who I am, I'm learning what it means to be a woman for me. So so authenticity and exploration and really just like being honest with yourself, being honest with others about who you are, and that really helps.
Heck yeah, I agree with you both. It's kind of hard to set that balance between giving and then also preserving your own care for yourself. So it is important. And so do you guys think that with age it comes easier to kind of gather how to balance that with giving and caring and also protecting yourself at the same time?
You want me to go first?
I mean, I think that it is getting easier to be able to figure that out because I mean, obviously you're able to learn from your past experiences and really like be able to say, okay, well, this is where I went wrong in this relationship and this is how I didn't show up as my authentic self in this one, and so I'm going to make sure in my next one that I preserve myself and I carve out that time.
Yes, and I love how you say your authentic self, because what I've learned with age is you could only be your authentic self once you give that love to yourself. Then you can give that true love out to everyone else. So I love that. What about you?
I feel like a big part of it is just what you've like gone through, like experiences that you've gone through. Because I know that I'm almost 23. I feel like at times I have more ambition and like good morals compared to like someone maybe who's like 36. Like I feel like age doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
I feel like it's more how you carry yourself, and tough times that you go through, it really shapes who you are in the future.
Yes.
It kind of reminds me of like my younger sister is in college right now. She just turned 21 and her sense of self is very, very strong. And I've always been very like further along than me, and so it's interesting that you say that, because it really is about just like doing that work and finding out, and maybe just like the culture of things being different and people being able to find themselves earlier. I think that also has a lot to do with it.
Heck yeah, and I also agree with you too, because you have a baby face like I do, and I'm a bit older, I'm 29 right now, but I went through that phase too of just, having to find my true self so I could be that strong woman, even though I'm just only 29, but age doesn't matter. It's about utilizing what you've gone through and what you learn and, using it as your power, basically. Heck yeah. And so do you guys believe that there's a certain way that a true woman carries herself?
Would you like to go first?
I think it just depends on the woman, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's a specific way or path for one person.
Heck yeah.
I think that a true woman can be a variety of different things.
Just true to herself.
Like, right, yeah. Not holding on to anything else and trying not to be shaped. I don't know. I think about the Oscars Oscars, and so the Barbie movie, and it's just like.
And the media.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So speaking on media, that's something I wanted to touch on. It's crazy you brought that up. So you know how media in America, it's everywhere through social media, movies. And so do you think that the idea or the vision of a true woman has been skewed here with American media?
I mean, we know for a fact it has. We
it.
know it has.
That's why I had to bring it up.
But the difference is it shifting back? Like, is it changing is really what I'm wondering.
Yeah. And what do you think about that?
Okay, say the question again.
So do you think that being a woman here in America, that with the media, the internet, that the idea of a true woman has been a bit skewed?
I believe yes, because a big part of it is like Instagram. You see a lot of certain stuff.
All types of stuff.
Yeah. And I feel like now not a lot of people have morals mainly, and like characteristics like kind and like giving, like honest. Not a lot of people have that either. And I feel like social media is a big part of it because you see everyone else doing this and that, and like they want to do as well.
Being a bad bitch.
Yeah.
That was one of my other questions.
Yeah.
You guys keep striking them up. So, do you guys think there's a difference between being a true woman and the idea of a bad bitch?
I'm a little bit of both. Like,
Thank you. Me too.
Like, I feel like a bad bitch pretty much doesn't allow men or anyone to like disrespect her. And even if maybe it's like family, if they disrespect you, you still want to speak up because like they might be family, but you still deserve to be treated right.
Heck yeah.
So I feel like that's a big part, and a lot of people kind of overlook boundaries and morals and how they really treat each other.
You hit that right on the nose, lady. And so, do you guys think that material assets and money play a role in being a true woman? Like houses, cars, clothes, those things?
I think it can.
Yeah.
I mean, just depending on the woman, but it's just, I think it can because it allows you to live a specific life, your dream life, or how you see yourself and really attain the things that you want. And so it can play a role. It shouldn't be the end all be all, but it
doesn't make you, but it's a part of you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, especially in our society, like you really like you can't fully express yourself unless you have money to even be able to go to a thrift store. Like you could be a thrift store queen, but you know what I mean? Like you still got to be able to swipe the card.
Yeah, so. And you got standards, you want to live up to them, and you need some money to fulfill that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys feel like you are a true woman without a man or without a family, or are there certain like responsibilities that you think that comes with being a true woman?
Yes, I believe so. I feel like for the most part, I'm a woman.
I think so. You give me that vibe.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like everyone, they have times where they go outside of their character and like those bad parts really show. But like I said, everyone really has those points in life. But you just look back and say, okay, how can I make this better? How can I react differently so it doesn't take me out of character again?
Of course, but like, do you feel like you need to have a man or have that family aspect to be considered a true woman?
Oh heck no. No.
I think that's something that I had to unlearn. But
me too, girl. That's
I had
why
to
I wrote
unlearn
this
it. I had to unlearn it. But I think it was just like looking at other women who weren't a part of that, right? And so it's like the color purple we see. I mean, obviously like Celia and everything like that. But then what is her name? The character who like Suge.
Oh,
Suge, and how she comes into town and how she like doesn't need Mister. She's just like kind of blowing around through different places and she's not tied to a man. She's not tied to a family or anything like that. But she's wildly successful. Yeah. She's also herself. She's also catered to by Mister, who is really hurtful to other people, right? Yeah. But also to her, he like treasures her, you know. And it's because I think she's living in her authentic self.
Yeah, and
she's like, herself. No one would ever actually treat me like that, right? So
for sure, heck yeah. And so to speak on what you were talking about earlier about being nurturing, so something I've noticed that's kind of been lost is there's a lot of mothers who aren't as nurturing to their children. And so do you guys believe that kind of takes away from being a true woman if you aren't nurturing your children? And like there's different ways to nurture, you know, with everything you do, from what you cook to what you put out there. So back to what you're speaking on, do you think that it's important to nurture in every sense that you can to be a true woman?
Do you have something on that? Would you like to talk first?
I think that nurturing can be like a love language. Like we know acts of service could be a thing. So it's like you could use that as a form of being able to show love for others. I think that where it becomes a problem is when you're also not taking care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And so it's like you can nurture, but you can't fill from an empty cup, is what they say, right? And so it's like yes, that's a beautiful thing to be able to give someone, but if your tank is running low, you've got to figure out how to, one, be able to set boundaries, and then hopefully you have a partner, support system, I mean, all of those things. There's this idea that women have to do it on their own, and that you have to be a strong, independent woman kind of situation, and I think those days are gone, and we've come to the point of like, no, we need community. Oh no, it takes a village. Oh no, we need everybody to be able to help all this stuff. So
For sure.
I think that's all about that changing of that mindset.
Yeah.
That's been there for a long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're 100% right. I agree with you. And then just delete this part, would you? Okay, so as a woman, everyone knows that we're feminine, of course. But do you guys find it important to balance both your feminine and masculine aspects to be a true woman?
I believe so, because I feel like if you don't have that masculine energy or just a little bit of it, people tend to walk all over you, and like you let things slide that you shouldn't let slide. And then you're like mistreated, and you have to deal with all of that. And so I feel like at times you really have to put people in their place.
Yeah.
Men in their place. Because they think, like, if they treat you bad, they think it's okay, and it's not. So you need to set those boundaries strictly. So
I think it's like, I hate that those qualities are attributed to masculine energy.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like
that's
standing up for
vision,
yourself and
yeah.
things like that. And as I'm learning more about myself, about like my sense of adventure, like I really enjoy adventure and play and all.
Real quick.
I really love like a sense of adventure and doing new things and stuff along those lines. Like I remember as a kid climbing trees, and so that we'd consider that something as being masculine and not something feminine. And I think that it shouldn't be. You know, it's almost like it shouldn't be seen that way. It's almost like you get seen as bossy instead of assertive,
or
you know,
a
what I mean?
tomboy instead of just a girl who's balanced her energies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure. And then, would you guys say that to be considered a true woman, that there's certain responsibilities or actions you should take to fulfill that certain role? Or do you believe that it's just up to the individual woman to decide what responsibilities she has?
I think you have a responsibility to yourself. And so figuring out those pieces of like what you need in order to be able to be your best self, whether that is a bubble bath or whether that is climbing trees or whether that is, you know what I mean, like spending money on clothes or whatever it may be. Just figuring out those pieces for you is the biggest part. So you have a responsibility to yourself first. And then to other people.
Yeah. I love that answer. What about you?
I feel like this is kind of going back to the materialistic question, but I feel like different people, they want different things in life, and they want different lifestyles, and I feel like it's whatever that makes you happy, like, and what you want, then like it's what they want, is what makes them happy. So
So can I ask, what's something that makes y'all happy specifically? Like
what makes me happy? Just so, like you guys were speaking on, it took me a while to put myself first and give myself the space to find out what I actually love and what I actually care about, because I have such a big heart and I always wanted to make everyone else happy, and I can feel a lot from other people, and so I knew what they needed, but I was neglecting myself. And so what has made me happy over the years is like journaling and meditating and just taking moments to myself to really process my emotions and to just kind of go through what is bothering me and what I want to change and who I want to be, and focus on that without caring what the world thinks and not fulfilling the idea of what they expect from me. And that is what has kind of set me free and allowed me to be my truest self.
Ooh.
What about you?
I mean, I really, really love journaling and also just trying new things. So like I was telling Faith, I'm going to like a paper making class coming up soon.
Can I invite it? Like, can I invite myself?
Of course, yeah. So, I mean, just like trying out new things and exploring is really, really a big part of that for me. So it's like figuring that out, because you only have your frame of reference of what you've liked before. You don't, or you've seen, you can only have that frame of reference. So you have to be able to explore to be able to really find things out. So I can only tell you what I like right now in this exact moment.
Exploration, girl.
But I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that might even be the best thing. I might try something else and find out, oh no, now I'm a paper maker. You know what I mean?
That's me right now, okay? Do we have the same zodiac sign? What?
Maybe.
What about you, babe?
So one thing would be giving back. So like giving back to Children's Mercy, and the other thing would be cows.
Why
I know.
cows?
Cows.
Why?
They're fluffy. Well, like you have to get the right one, but
So how do you have contact with cows? I want to know so I can come.
well, Chateau Milk Company. But I'm trying to like go cuddle the really fluffy miniature Highland cows.
Wait, so you've been able to go on the Chateau farm and hang out with cows?
Yeah. Little cow
That's in
therapy.
Kansas City. That's
Oh,
where?
it's open?
Where is this?
Osborne, Missouri.
So anybody can go and hang out with cows?
Just make sure they're open.
Girl, I think I need that.
I don't. Yeah, for sure. I wonder where you can find these Highland cows too. Now you got me like Googling later.
Oh, trust me, I have a few locations that I'm looking at.
Oh my god, I love animals too, so I'm all open. I haven't had a connection with a cow yet, but I'm open to it. I'm exploring. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I have been places and a woman will walk in the room and you can just feel the energy of her. Have you guys experienced that where a woman walks in and you can just feel she has it together?
I feel like I kind of carry that more myself.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, you just carry it?
Yeah, for the most part.
It's been a mix of both for me.
Yeah.
Like I definitely have felt it and have understood in that moment that I have it together.
Mhm.
But then there's days when I don't. Like that's not it's not an unlimited resource, right? Of that energy with you. And sometimes you need rest, sometimes you need other things.
Of
and
course,
so it's like
rest is important.
right. So it's like you can't be that all the time, especially if you're growing and developing and learning. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to give yourself time to be a hot actual mess.
Oh my
And also
God.
to be able to be
Honestly, because you have to understand both sides of the spectrum to
Right.
know what you should be and what you shouldn't be, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really, really smart. And are there any women that are out on the big screen or anything that you would say is a true woman who has a good impact on this world?
The first thing that came to mind was Viola Davis for
Oh
me.
my God, I
like,
love her. She is like one of my favorite actresses.
yeah,
Seriously,
for sure.
she's stunning and powerful at the same time.
I mean, I really try to stay away from social media as much as I can.
Yeah, just like movies, you know, anything like that, entertainment.
Yeah, I don't really have anyone right now.
There's anybody in your life that you feel like just exudes that, you know, true goddess energy?
Well, I'm just gonna say her first name, but Jennifer was one of my business partners.
Yeah.
I feel like she's definitely helped me a lot and given me like opportunities to give back to the organization she works with. So
Yeah.
I feel like I really look up to her, which I don't really think she knows that, but I guess she does now.
It's okay. Oh, I hope she finds out. But-
Yeah.
And so, what specific traits and qualities does she have that made you kind of look up to her?
Well, she cares. She works with an organization that works with kids. So she's just super caring towards them. She tries to help as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
She's really helped my organization
Yeah.
because we did an event with this organization, and that really helped me get out there a little bit more because the community is seeing that I'm going out there connecting with the community and doing activities for them. So
Heck yeah. And I'm proud of you. Kudos to you.
thank you.
Heck yeah. So you guys cut like a lot of my questions in half because a lot of them were about caring, and I'm so happy that like you guys have been speaking on the nurturing aspect a lot. And so that's one of like the biggest things that I wanted to touch on is just it's something that's kind of missing, you know, is the nurturing, caring aspect. So that's awesome. This is it, guys. Today we were speaking on how to be a true woman or what makes a true woman. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have Tiffany and Faith, and you will see us again.